Okay, let's get this stream started by starting up Skyrim. I have actually remembered to stick my mic in this time, which just took me over 19 minutes and external help to do last time. Apparently I didn't notice this big fat thing sitting on my desk. How, I don't quite know, because it is huge and it is a good. Let me get the ruler out while Skyrim loads. Could give us something. Which is a good 23 centimeters long, and for you Americans or people who use inches, about 9 inches. And it's also a good 11 inches tall and is about 27 centimeters. So, yeah. How I didn't notice, and it sort of like takes up the entire above my mouse. So, how I didn't notice is a mystery. Really is. So that's mic including pop filter. It's not that big. The mic's just a standard mic size. But I actually had the realization between the video and the last video, this is Legacy of Dragonborn loading screen. Again, not getting involved with that because seriously, that is a lifelong endeavour. Credits to that team. They did an amazing job of making it take, giving an amazing amount of content. Because you got basically search every nook and cranny of Skyrim. I will show you something particularly, since it's where I'm actually going, which is actually up north, because I realised if I go up to that fucking mountain, I'm only going to be told to go get an Elder Scroll. Which means I would have spent all that time climbing that mountain for nothing. Which means I'm going north. Actually, I'm specifically finding the College of Dawnster Winterhole. And it is one of... I'm going somewhere... Is it that one? It's somewhere up here I'm going. I think it's that. There. I popped the custom destination out. Now I know roughly which way to go. Oh. Actually, because of last video, I'm getting paranoid. I'm just going to see if I echo. Roughly which way to go. Yeah, I'm echoing. That's perfect. That's why. That's part of the reason why I watch. Just have it put. I mean, having it is slightly out of time because for some reason it doesn't go through too nicely. I've just got to refresh it every so often if it does that. But we are going up north. In the looted armor set we got off from Umbra and blades, because I buffed blades on to actually be, well, viable by the time you get it. Because I'm sort of rushing through the main quests. Okay, I'm not rushing, I'm not using fast travel, mainly because fast travel, for the most part, I'm not using fast travel. Mainly because I just don't trust it. On a heavily modded Skyrim, the sudden shock of having to load an entire new area can actually just kill it. Banditos. Watch. There goes the wall. You know what? Let's do a bit of dungeon diving. I've got 2 hours. I've got a little over 2 hours. I think we'll make it. I think we'll find a scroll. It's only a tight, teeny-weeny dungeon anyway, so... This is so much easier than Oblivion. Oblivion, you've got to sort of guess the arc of the bloody things. I mean, you've got to do that like that's a close range angle that you've got to do. Oh, banditos. They are terrible. What I need is a good axe, but unfortunately I found Umbra, which means I think I'm pretty much stuck with swords. It's going to run out of charge at some point, and the "you've got no charge left" message is going to drive me absolutely nuts. But that's the way of enchanted items. They do end up driving me absolutely nuts because I keep running out of charge in like 10 hits. And it's like every other hit as well. Oh, you notice me, you and your... swords are in general use, general use, swords are best for unarmored foes. Axes are general purpose. They work equally well on both armoured and unarmoured because of the bleed aspect. This is them fully buffed up. Maces and hammers work best against armoured foes because they pretty much just ignore all armour. As a Bandito leader, they're clearly not at high enough level to be in Nordic armour yet. Because they go into Nordic armour if you... of all the things to happen, I actually overshot. I haven't done that in a long time. Then again, I guess I'm still sort of compensating Oblivion style. As I said, hammers just ignore. Power attack from a hammer will... Frost Mage, backpedaling away. And it's even more annoying vanilla as well, because at least I've got it so it's less slow. That is the most infuriating thing, is the backpedaling. Because Frost slows you down something royal. See what I mean by it's not a very big one. Mine type... Actually, this wasn't even a mine, this was just a camp. Oh no. Meridia's Beacon. This comes in any randomised big chest. Once you hit like level 10, I think. And it just sends you on that quest. And it'll pick it up. We'll do that quest at some point. Hell, it might get me away from Umbra. Again, it's another sword, but... It's not the Ringer to Khajiit like it used to be, which wasn't even attributed to Meridia originally. There's Transmute War. That's the real reason to come in here. Because... where is spell time? That spell can make you a bit of money. If you're not, if you want to do mining, you can make a bit of money off that. No. There is one thing to note. At least the Daedra have stopped being Scottish. Seriously, for some reason, like, loads of the Daedra in Oblivion was Scottish. I don't know why they put the accent on, maybe they thought it was exotic. But they all put on this, like, really fake, bad Scottish accent. Yeah, I think the only one that stuck was Sheagoras, but then again, that was a better accent. The Meridia one was pretty bad. It was really fake. It was one of those, that's just really, really fake. That looks like a Khajiit. No. Oh no, it is a Khajiit. Random event. Ah, there we go. Little random encounter there. No, potential companions come out. And this is companions as in follower companion, not companion as in the werewolf guild. Or as you'll see in my case, definitely not a werewolf. Oh no. It is a wolf pup. I am so scared. It is now dead. It's going to be a long trip. Because to be honest, it's worse if you go up high Hrothgar because, well, I know in advance that you've got 5 Septimus Signus. It's also what pretty much forces you to join the Mage Guild. So, much like Esbern, you can skip the Force Guild join, but you pretty much you have to pass. To be honest, it's actually the easiest way to get into the Mage Guild if you never want to use magic, because you can get in just by saying, "I am the Dragonborn. Let me in," rather than having to go through some silly, cast a spell, which might not actually, especially at low levels, you might not even have the fucking magicka to do, because spells take an inordinate amount, and you start with 100, and some spells cost like 120, 140. This must be an exit tower. It's not marked on the map, it must be an exit tower. Question is, which one? Will it be the one we're coming out of? Oh, I think I know which one this is. I think this might actually be the one we will come out of. I think that is the Tower of Mazurk, actually. Okay, we'll come out of another one. Mainly because it's just a convenient way to find your way back into Blackreach. We should get through Blackreach. I might even summon the dragon down there. I'll show you how to do that. You have to shout at the orb. You know what the orb is? Well, it's an orb in the ceiling. Gives off light. Because Dwemer made artificial suns. Because seriously, as long as you give your technological crap Dwemer theme, it's acceptable. Because let's face it, the Dwemer were techno-gods. They did everything. They made a giant golem, for fuck's sake. You know, and when I say giant, I don't mean like a centurion big. No, I mean like tower block big. Like taller than that, much taller than that tower big. There's that little minecart emblem again, which is actually a stock Skyrim emblem. It's just never used. I think it was put in with the update to make compatibility for the Dragonborn DLC, which makes sense if it was like, say, an egg mine, for example. I think which is what it was intended for. But having not actually got through that point on More Oblivion, because seriously, More Oblivion's a bit of a buggy fucker, really. It's not. And Morrowind's archaic systems. I mean, just the fact that no matter what you do, Morrowinds always look like blockheads. Like the heads are made out of blocks. You know, that doesn't help matters. No, even if, you know, even with all the graphics mods, their heads always look the same, blocky, ugly. You can make everything else about Morrowind really nice, but, you know, nicer than vanilla Oblivion even. But the problem is, no matter what you do, it's always going to look like absolute ass in the face department, and the systems are always going to be awful. I know some people love those complicated systems. Be my guest to love them, but can you honestly defend the randomized hitting and missing? You know, I shoot an arrow at point blank range. You're not gonna fucking dodge that. Morrowind? Yeah. For example, I swing a big battle axe at close range. There is no way you're going to avoid that. And yet somehow they do. You know, I swing at your waist. There is no way you're going to jump or duck that. And yet somehow it misses. It will miss in Morrowind. It's what makes Cliff Racers so annoying, because they had like a ridiculous dodge chance. Oop, there's the sign to Azura. Everyone knows to buy Azura, buy Azura, buy Azura. It's a Grand Champion line from Oblivion. Just seriously, if you don't, look up Adoring Fan. I'm sure you'll find it. My nickname for him is Trolldol, due to his obscenely bright hair. Well, it's not only is it the ridiculous hair that sort of curls like a flame, just like a Trolldoll's, but no, it also happens to be the most ridiculous. Not only is it the most ridiculous haircut you can imagine, it's also. Oh, this is time for Become Ethereal. Whee! I could have. You know what? I could have jumped straight off this cliff, top to bottom, and survived in Oblivion with a high acrobatics skill. No joke. I've done it. I've jumped off a similar cliff in Oblivion and survived. Because, well, to be honest, Oblivion's acrobatics it's not as broken as Morrowind's. I mean, Morrowind's is far more broken. You think, you know, the extremes that Oblivion went to were nowhere near as bad as Morrowind's extremes. I mean, Morrowind's extremes were really extreme. Wow, that's me. Oh no, it must be a wolf. Is it? It's very fast. What is it? Wolf. It has to be a wolf. Look, this looks a lot better than the other, doesn't it? Again, I think this is just a HD texture. You know, HD textures I've got. But I think, yeah, or it might be Realistic Water 2 that does them. I'm not sure if that did the icebergs as well. I think it did. I'm not sure if it did the textures for them, though. I know it did like a bobbing effect on them. Yeah. See, a wolf can dodge me at that rate. Ah, sync kills. I don't have them happen that often because I do find them rather annoying. Yep, it's going to start bugging me about being out of charge soon. And it's going to get really... It gets really irritating really fast. I don't know which stone this is. I'm not even sure if I know how to get up to it. I mean, but when I was saying how broken acrobatic... In Oblivion, acrobatics lets you jump over like a person, like a Nord or a high elf, like the tall people. And, you know, straight jump clean over. Ooh, Quicksilver. Don't see this too often. Mining time. Oh no! A Guardian. Again, immersive creatures. Pretty much... If you are in doubt about where a non-standard enemy comes from, probably immersive creatures. I can't even remember which one this is. I don't think it's a particularly good one. Tower. What does Tower do? Yeah. It's okay if you're a thief, but to be honest, a lockpicking minigame in Skyrim is so easy. And, well, with high enough lockpicking skill, easy locks become pretty much the entire dial. And you... In fact, no, easy locks are even easier than that. There is a point... That's Crusaders relics sort of thing for Legacy of the Dragonborn. You know, it's like the Knights of the Nine stuff, effectively. That starts that quest. No, that's not what I'm after. That's not the little hidden item I'll show you. That just happens to be a coinky dink that we saw there. So you now know where that is. It's near the Tower Stone. But that's just a coinky dink. But far less dangerous than bears, sabercats. It's funny because I think sabercats are supposed to be more dangerous, but their attack is so slow, and like some of their attacks are like really, like the pouring is really easy to dodge. The jump is hard to dodge. I'm gonna refresh the chat again, but not that I think anyone's watching. But that's beside the point. There is a wreck down here. You can see that there is a ship icon, but there is no ship. So you gotta go deep into the really dark water where you can't see anything. It's actually a multiple shipwrecks down here because it's Pilgrim's Trench. And there is like never anything good on a shipwreck. I mean, I'm gonna have a look because I can. You know, I'm hazarding a guess that if there's going to be anything here, apart from a leveled loot crate, it would pretty... Wait, what did I see? I saw something. Yeah, knew it. Legacy of the Dragonborn item. It actually puts things in places that otherwise have nothing. It's so good for that. It actually encourages you to explore. I mean, I'm only doing this just to show you that there's pretty much something everywhere with Legacy of the Dragonborn. But yeah, pitch black, can't see a thing. You know, now with sharkling I can actually swim. That's a real bitch to get to unless you have like a water breathing potion, which I'm not even sure exists in Vanilla Skyrim. I think you have to have the Dragonborn DLC. Or is that water walk? No, that's water walking. I'm sure Septimus's outpost is out here somewhere. Because I know you can see it from... It's not like... It's one of these little turd rocks out in the arse end of nowhere. Also, this item I'm going to show you, the Legacy of Dragonborn, it's mace. Trust me, you would never find it on your own. I only found it because I happen to have one of my own mods, which is workshop only. It's the dungeon one with the Nautilus sub, and it just so happens that that sub is on to the left of Signum. You know, it's to the west of Septimus's outpost. So I was approaching it from that angle, and I happened to see this crate sticking out. But you would never find that on your own. I'll be honestly amazed if someone found that on their own. You know, because it's so arse end of nowhere, out of nowhere sort of thing. Well, no, to tell. Yep, I don't think I've found that one. I don't think I've ever found this before. Then again, I'm not sure if this guy, I guess he's already dead, so he probably doesn't despawn. I'm not sure I've ever found that before. Again, it's a unique item mesh. It's like it's either Dragonborn added. I don't know if he's vanilla or not, but I'm pretty sure I've been through here and not found that, so... Again, you find something new every day. I think that cave is Septimus's outpost, I think. It's fun. To be honest, finding it's a lot easier than finding the Winterhold jail. Finding the Winterhold jail... Oh. Ah! Good. I have someone to watch. Because of course. You haven't missed much. Just not much. You can always rewatch this later. Now, yep, that is Septimus's outpost. That's good. That means we can find this mace that you would as you can see, I'll actually show you the Nautilus while I'm here. I can't get in it, but I can show you the outside of it. And you can see how I found this item. But here's the little mini-subs that get you into it. I might release these as a standalone thing without a rather crappy dungeon. And so they're the mini-subs. That one actually goes to the Nautilus. That goes to the crappy mini-dungeon. However, actually, fuck it. Let's show you Nautilus console. Let's see if I can actually okay, let's show you the Nautilus. As I'm actually quite happy with how the Nautilus turned out. I'm just not happy with how the dungeon turned out, because the dungeon's crappy. It's really crappy, but... Little docking bay. So you can see, just about fits the sub. Because there's one rule I always go by, the interior must be the same size as the exterior. I'm not doing Oblivion. It's not Oblivion. Captain's quarters. At least, I think this is the captain's quarters. I don't think there's anything in here, it just happens to be a little locked up. I say, it's just looking me. I say, and I had to write everything. Because I had no idea how quests work, I had to do everything in the form of notes. Of course, I had to make a reference to that. Again, these bookcases are really handy, because like the 36 Lessons of Vivek are a collectible thing for... You know, a lot of the books are collectible. Legacy of the Dragonborn, it's really quite handy to have those bookcases. I say, as you can see, you're wondering what this big wall is? Well, it's actually a rowboat scaled up to ×10. It's the biggest scale you can make. Here's the rather poor kitchen. I decided... Oh, I should have put an extraction fan in, actually, but I think the forge is above it anyway. But as you can see, I didn't try and make it so it was stone, so it didn't rot. Again, I'm not very good at cluttering things, as you can see. But into the cargo hold. Again, I think these are I've self-made these containers to have like randomized food in them. Call that a larder, if you will. That's larder as in like food storage, not larder as in you know, good old Russian cars. And that's Captain. You know, if I was to re-release this mod, I would do it better. Again, like flavor journal. You can pause on that and read it if you want. Again, I've already... That's collectible, that's just randomized, that's just monies. As you can see, another fancy quarters. This is mostly just a ship set. This is a cabin set. As you can see, you can still always see the little thing in the middle. It's nowhere near as tight as a real submarine. I tried my best to make it so the walls didn't like fall out of place. Collection of armor. Seriously, if you can get through the dungeon and do this legit, this armor will not do you much good. Because the dungeon's pretty damn brutal, actually. I deliberately put a brutal enemy in drive shaft, going outside. So, you can call that reactor core, you know, warp core, if you will. Yeah. And you can see more stairs. This is actually, you know, I thought it would be nice to show this off because I don't think anyone will have ever seen. Here's the forge area. There is an extraction fan. You can say it blasts out the back. That's just, again, just a Dwemer pipe scaled up. Again, that's just a Dwemer pipe scaled up. Just trying to make it look like it could work. You know, it vents all out the back. Crew quarters. Again, it's Dwemer, so they've got to be stone beds because Dwemer are hard. And I think this is just a... Yeah, this is like another posh cabin. I think that's like your follower's cabin or something. Again, I really am crap with cluttering. Climb up to the bridge. Again, I did scale this to be appropriate to outside. Command chair, complete with little... Again, it's called a mournful throne because that's the template, but as you can see, sort of combination between Starship Bridge and normal bridge. That's supposed to be like a view screen. And as you can see, I'm just going to unlock this. And now we climb out to the top and you'll see. So apart from the lack of clutter, I actually think this is quite a nice little, boat. As you can see, top of the conning tower. Flop into the water. As you can see, conning tower. It's the only... And the rest of it's basically just a giant version of the mini-sub. So, that's that. As you can see, and now, since I'm coming from the Nautilus, you can actually see... There's that crate, and I was thinking, what the hell is that when I saw it the first time? Oh, thanks, because of course. You can get it on the Steam Workshop, but I don't recommend it. That mod's not great. The dungeon's rather crappy. I might re-release the Nautilus as a standalone thing at some point. You know, I might have to upgrade it and just... Long lost chests, as you can see. And because, of course, this is realistic Auto 2 that makes these bob. I've got to take the book to get the key. Anyway, oh, it's a skill book. And then it's a chest key to get in the chest. And you can see, Mace of Avar Stone Singer. And how you're supposed to find this thing. Considering, like, you never see it approaching this outpost from a normal angle. Because you can see, you're supposed to approach it from Winterhold, which is there. To be honest, this place is about... You would probably only ever find this place because of the quest marker on it. It's so out of nowhere. It's also because this is actually a Daedric quest, you don't actually have to... And this guy's crazy. No, the Bane of Dagoth was the bloody Neverarene. It's the only thing that ever killed him off. Trust me, this is the most helpless advice you ever heard. Look. Most helpful device ever. Which means it could be anywhere on the damn planet. See what I mean? Most useful advice ever. He's gone mad. Trust me, I think that was duller Dwemer than you. I'm convinced there was some Dwemer that was just retarded and didn't know what they were doing. You don't actually have to go through the dungeon they send you through. I mean, I'm going to because it's really nice. It's actually one of the biggest interesting dungeons, but... Oh, God, it goes on. Sweet God, does it keep going on. It's a key. And this one is a companion cube, because I retextured it to be a companion cube. Yes, it's called an orrery. Oh, speaking of orreries, Oblivion, the orrery. It's like much bigger than the building it's in. it's all Oblivion has some real or scale issues with like everything. When I go to Solstar, I'll show you off my big ship, which is again, it's not very well cluttered, but it's better cluttered than that sub. I'll show you that off. The Kalnari is, I think, is my best ship. I think my little ships are good. To the point where one of them, the Dark Elf themed one, or the Dunmer themed one, if you will, the Hand of Azura, because I decided to name it something Dunmery, but that one was actually a request, because people wanted a Dunmer themed version of the little one I made. Much like I took the head, people complained about the head on it, so I took the head off it for one version, so you can download that off the Nexus. And so I might re-release the Nautilus as a standalone thing. You know, just keep the little sub, but put the little sub in a... You know, have a little sub somewhere, you know, have it somewhere more... I might have to revamp the whole thing, just figure out where to stick the subs. Give it the transport system, you know, I came up with for the Kalnari and such. Which actually, that was the whole point where I made like I can't even remember what the little one's called now. It's in my mod list somewhere. It's like small ship 1.esp and it's got a link next to it. I think it does anyway. You'll have to go onto because the link in the description sends you to the mod list, and of course, my chat view is frozen again. For some reason, I don't know why, but I can stream fine. I figured out what was wrong. I was having like this ridiculously high broadcast rate because I just took whatever the default. I just told it to auto set it, and for some reason that was like 10,000, which, and a more realistic bit rate is 3,000. So I've actually changed that. So I think that will stop like everything being horrendous. Because I think that should, you know, I think that's horrendous. But for some reason it really struggles to pull it back through the router. Maybe because it's pulling it through the router, it struggles. Oh no, the Hawkers have got engaged. Oh no, only Hawkers. Just stand slightly back and let them die. Save your cats, dead. Come back here. Hawkers are terrible. They are just awful. I say, the one thing I don't like about that sub really is the lack of clutter. You know, it looks clinical. Granted, that's probably my style. You know, it looks quite clinical. Oh no, ice. Big ass ice wraith. That is one big ass ice wraith. I don't remember being that big. Pain in the arse to fight ice wraiths because they're a pain in the arse to hit. Oh, that was worrying. Oh, I think I know what's going. I think there's a goblin war going on. Yeah, I think there's definitely a goblin war going on. Let's ignore the goblin war. It's not my fight, I'm not getting involved in it. It's not my fight, I'm not getting involved in it. Again, immersive creatures. More ice ray. Trying to hit these with arrows is really difficult. Like, really, just ridiculously difficult to try and hit them with an arrow. Well, I guess it would be, because there's not actually much to them. They're just like bits of ice floating around. There's a Shrine of Azura again. Like a random tree. I'm not sure if this... more ice wraith, but I'm not sure if this spot here is where you get eventually build an outpost for Legacy of Dragonborn Explorers Guild outpost. I'm not sure. I know you build one up on this coast, and I think it might be here. Oh yes. Let's remove my marker so it's no longer clogging my map. That's stupid. That's me being stupid. Then again, it's not as stupid as forgetting to stick my mic on. That's possibly the dumbest I've ever been. Oh no. Gotta find the entrance. Well under attack. See that thing? That ain't no structure. That's a mechanical dragon waiting for me again versus creatures. You could toggle them off, but I actually quite like them. I mean, I can see the Dwemer doing it. They kind of spat in the face of everyone else, so I can see them making them. Yeah. Yeah, they spat in the face of the Daedra, they spat in the face... I'm sure they would spit in the face of the dragons too. Because... oh, we can build you better. Now, the question is, do I try and sneak? Because I think that's the tower to get out. Isn't actually very helpful. I kind of forgot how. No, I'm definitely not going to be able to kill this thing. Auto arrow change. Oh! Oh! There's two of them! Oh, that's bad. Food. Health. Where's the stamina regen? Let's eat some cabbage and run like a bitch. Oh, that's bad. Bad idea. Because you've got to go down this like perilous little path. I haven't actually done these dungeons for ages. Oh, when you think there's just one and then there's two. Oh, that's bad. That's like worst possible scenario. Hence, like food just to give it like infinite stamina to run away with. You maybe want. Sometimes it's just easier to look around a corner by zooming out to third person. I know there's a special, one of the few unique items in Skyrim that isn't like a Daedric artifact that actually has a unique model is actually in this dungeon at the very end. Because Khajiit Skooma addicts. I don't know where he's hidden. He's in here somewhere. I think Jazada, or whichever the other one was, is dead though. What I don't get is why Dwemer's always like this mid-range armor. You know, it's mid-range equipment, despite the fact that Dwemer dungeons are actually quite difficult and... well, the Dwemer are kind of technological marvels. I'm not sure to give a spider warning for this because it's mechanical. It's like clearly not a real spider. Look, it's got a fucking crossbow for him. It's got a crossbow for a mouse and everything. I'm not sure whether or not, you know, consider a late spider warning just in case. I'm not sure if Dwemer ones even count because some of them don't even have like, some of them just have like 6 legs as well. I'm pretty sure like these regular ones don't even. I'm not even sure they even have 8 legs. And if they do, they're like definitely not spider-esque. You know, the fact that the non-spider default implies that because they're mechanical, they're fine. I say I'm not sure these count because they don't even actually really have 6 legs. They have 6 legs, 2 arms. I'm not even just quite sure they're spiders. So, if not, consider that to be a general spider warning every Dwemer dungeon. I've actually been in this one for ages. So I've only ever gone through it like once, possibly twice. I just don't go through this one. Mainly because I'm trying to get the Elder Scroll over with as fast as I can. I used to think the Elder Scroll was a puzzle. It's not. You know, I'm not sure if he says smooth skins if you're a Khajiit or an Argonian. Although, technically I am as an Argonian, so he probably does say smooth skins, even though... Oh, even though we are... Probably even if you are a Khajiit, he probably says it. And now Jadar is dead. Oh! Jazar! He is dead. And lots of dead skooma. Khajiit are weird. And now we're into the Dwemer dungeon proper. Did I say proper? I said supposed to say proper, but I said proper because I'm an idiot. I don't do pronunciation right. Oh, sorry, pronunciation, and it's no, it is pronunciation, isn't it? Again, immersive creatures. They add a lot of Dwemer stuff. And when you realise that immersive creatures actually incorporate some of Trainriz's work, you start to realise where the weird shit like Clutterbane came from. I mean, the Dwemer Spectres are a Trainriz invention. This is an archaeological dig site. It gives you artifact fragments. Again, like a Seed of Dragonborn content. You saw the loading for it, stream for it at some point earlier in this video, possibly. You know, as you can see, crossbow mail, because you know, and it's stuff like this that makes you consider, you know, why use a crossbow when you can use a gun? And apparently Dwemer had guns, because Elder Scrolls Online has them. And yet no other Elder Scrolls game ever does, which makes them really questionable. And Elder Scrolls Online in general is just really questionable lore-wise. You know, because it's an MMO, you've got to shove tons of extra crap in. And it makes everything it does so questionable. The fact that it takes place in the past with events never ever mentioned. You know, all manner of stuff like that. You know, it's just... You know, modders stuff is probably more probably fits canon better than the ESO stuff does. You know, because ESO is obviously an MMO, it's got to create like tons of new crap, because that's how an MMO works. You know, it's when they keep it taste, you know, because this is generic MMOs. Some aren't like that, but most of them are. You have to have like buttloads upon buttloads upon buttloads of crap to make. Oh, what on earth is that? Oh, it's not, is it? That's not a... That looks like a bloody... What the f... That isn't what I think it is it? It is. It's a Dwarven Eyebot! If you don't know what an Eyebot is, it's this thing from Fallout. It's, you know, Fallout 3... Well, 3, New Vegas, and 4 all have Eyebots. New Vegas even had one as a companion called Eddie. He made cute beepings like R2-D2. Except unlike R2-D2, Eddie wasn't swearing at you. R2, I think, is. R2 beeps because everything he says is a swear word. Every single word. He's also got the distinction of being one of the few robots in the world that smoked a cigarette. Yeah, explain that one. It is real. Look up Star Wars smoking PSA if you don't believe me. It does exist, and it is, unless it's been taken down. That's a possibility. I mean, Star Wars is now owned by Disney. Copyright king of copyright. Again, there's a lot of these automatons. That's based on a flame atronic. And there's someone's weird I'm sure there's someone's weird fetish for robot girls somewhere. I know it's a thing. And there's always some... Here's a general rule with fetishes. If there's anything, someone has a fetish about it. Anything. I mean anything. I'm sure someone has a sock... No, I know sock fetishes exist. I'm sure mug fetishes exist. You know, there is a fetish for everything. It's just some stuff are well known for their fetish qualities and some aren't. You know, because all fetishes is an obsession or love with something. And to be honest, people have them over everything. It's the sexual connotations that come with it that are bad. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a fetish. It's wrong if it's sexual. That's the difference. And I know there are people... I mean, I'm about as unsexual as you can get. You know, I have no desire to have sex ever. I just can't understand the allure of having some dick shoved up my cunt. I just don't get that. You know, I don't like buttons. I use sanitary towels. I don't like... You know, I can't understand why anyone would want that. Oh, of course my chat viewing stream freezes on the iBot, of course. Well, that's a freeze on something ridiculous, doesn't it? I mean, this is an easy Dwemer dungeon. It's just so... Oh no, Fulmer, chorus alert. And I think there are actually real spiders in here as well. I'm not sure though. I think Endrast is... Oh, there's his journal. Let's see what happened. I don't think I've ever found him before. Yeah. Khajiit like to sneak and are probably better. Arrow in his shoulder. Oh, there actually is an arrow. Ooh, sort of remotely near his shoulder. How unusual. Also, Dwemer always lock their shit. It's not like Nords, which occasionally lock their shit. Dwemer pretty much always seem to lock it. Fake cards. Okay. You'll probably never find a full set without going through the trading guide, which is the slowest interface ever. It's like selling shit in Oblivion. It's like 15 clicks later. And as long as there's not a Centurion, I'll be fine. Do I have healing? Yes. Drain all my magic to heal a tiny portion of my health. Yep, there's definitely chorus around. Don't find the egg sacks for no reason. See those? These pressure plates. Do not step on them. Or that comes out and does like as I did, and it does ridiculous damage. It also happens to kill every enemy you lure into it, so it does have a benefit. You know, it's just one of those things that you really do not want to trigger. They're Dwemer arrows, you can't pick up the special Dwemer bolts. Never understood why the Dwemer used those bar doors. I don't know why you can't just slip past them. You know what? I'm pretty sure I have to go to the bottom, so... Whee! Oh god, that makes you feel ill. Spider alert, we're in the spider zone now. Become ethereal. So useful. Yeah, because Fulmer are quite powerful. You know, you don't particularly want to... And they're blind as well. They have no eyes. So if that freaks you out, well, they're supposed to. They're supposed to be evil little twisted, evil little creatures. Spider. Oh, poison. Oh, I had to level up. Perfect. As you can see, I do nothing but add health. I really should up my smithing at some point, make some like iron daggers. So I've restored it to pre-patch value, so it increases ridiculously fast because, well, it's funny. The main reason is it's funny. Yeah, it's always help. You know what? Actually, this is one that's the perk I added. You know, I basically reduced the requirements on it, so it, oh, I've stuck myself into walk mode. There we go. Sorry, the light bugs me. The sword ones are. The sword, they often poison their sword, so it's actually quite dangerous. You normally can't extract Fulmer armor or Fulmer even, again, immersive creatures. Because they're built like that. And, you know, it's all, you know, they're built like that, but it's a case of you don't do it. You know, immersive creatures, pretty much every enemy you wouldn't recognise as immersive creatures. Is that not the most obvious trap ever? I mean, I'm going to set it off because these only go once, but is that not the most obvious trap you've ever seen? There's a reason no one's triggered it, is because, well, no one will trigger it. You've got to be pretty brainlessly slashing. That is a, well, what do you call it? Legacy of Dragonborn thing. It's a, you know, just some snow elf stuff. You know, which is what Fulmer were originally. You learn that in the Dawnguard DLC. Actually, I'm tempted to set these traps off, whatever they are. There we go. Oh, he didn't die. Only did minor damage. I'd say far less dangerous when just using their magics. Far less dangerous. Oh. I think this is a bit where you gotta find the door lock. Yes, the poison is far more dangerous. Finding a locked Fulmer chest is just weird, by the way. Dawnguard added a lot of Fulmer assets. A lot of them. Mainly because they, obviously, by having snow elves, they feature quite prominently. Oh, Shiva. No chorus, that's always good. I hate chorus, they're too powerful. Trust me, a chorus reaper, unless you're like level 20 plus, you do not want to fight a chorus reaper because they just do so much damage. And they have, and the thing with chorus is they have strong poison as well. It's not like weak poison, no, chorus poison's bloody strong. And you can get like billions of chorus eggs in like every time you encounter chorus eggs, there's always loads of them. Like, loads. Lots and lots of them, as you can see. Fulmer shields, again, you can find loads of those as well. Not really worth picking up, I only picked it up to show you what it was. I could have left it, but obsessional hoarding disorder. You know, when you've got carry weight, why not? Again, Dwemer always lock their shit. How you pick Dwemer locks, I don't know, because I don't think Dwemer use conventional keys. I mean, they use a big tonal sphere. Sphere. You can see that's how you open. Normally there's line of sight between the handle and the locked door. And that, I don't know what triggers that, but those are traps. Oh! Hi. Run. You're not concerned there's a Centurion coming up your ass. The Centurion has that. Whoa! What the f... What was... Must have triggered some Dwemer Cross. The big ballistas. As you can see, I'm going to search her, and this is that unique shield I was mentioning. It's unique in the fact that it's one of the few non-Daedric artifacts that actually have a unique model. You know, it's quite unusual. And steel plate armor, which is pretty solid armor for most. That's just bloody standard enchantment, but I don't think the Centurion can get through the gate somehow. But this takes you back up outside the dungeon. Yeah, that's the dwarven exit now. Yeah, that's the dwarven exit. Typically a big tower near the entrance. Because dwarves have elevators. Because the Dwemer. Look, here goes one of those big ballistas. You can, if you're quick and stealthy, you can use it to kill this spear before it actually pops up. Oh! Do I actually want to start the Crimson Nerd Route quest? No. And don't go in there. I'll set this off so I have a nice, easy way to get back into Blackreach. Don't pick up any of this Crimson Nerd Route because I'll make you collect like 20 off. And without the quest markers mod, there is no way of finding. You know, you're going to really struggle to find it because there's you've got to find so much. I'll take the Northern Maiden first trip to Solstar. You'll see just how wrong that the little cutscene thing it does goes when you're on dots like tiny, but. So this is just a convenient way to get into Blackreach. You know, it's much more convenient. The thing is, I use this lift often, but I don't actually do Alfdan very often. So it's a bit of a... I don't think I only really did it like the very first time I played Skyrim, maybe like once or twice after, but not within recent memory. There we go. I'm not going in there because I know what's in that building. And it's not something I want. I don't want to ever be on an awful Crimson Nerd Route quest. And it's now getting a bit hot, so I'm turning my fan on. There, I've now prompted this thing to attack. The full... It's trying to find its way to me instead of attacking the fulminant. And the... Oh, chorus. Go where no one can follow me. Safest way to cross Blackreach? Plop into the water. Because water is safe in Skyrim. They're chorus hunters like flying things, or a Dawnguard thing. You're pretty much immune... In swimming water, you are pretty much immune to non-range damage. Like you know, it's pretty much a safe spot. But this is the point where we have to use Unrelenting Force. See that's that big orb I mentioned earlier in the video when I said I was going to summon a dragon. That worked. It makes a nice ding if it works. There we go. Volferal, which is always a generic ancient dragon. Always. I think he set the pick. It makes going through the Oh, why do I have a bow out? I don't want a bow. All my servants, you say? Why would you want to serve the Volma? Like, really? I mean, I know... Is it really a better alternative than dying? Or I think what they actually do with humans is feed them to the chorus. You know, I think they're kind of disgusting like that. That's... Well, let's face it, you're not an elf. They're gonna look down on you. Oh, Umbra's so OP. The question, I think Volferol's landed. I think he's scripted to land somewhere. Because there's not actually much he... Oh. Whatever it is, I seem to have lost him. If I figure out where he is, I can look. Yeah, I think he's scripted to land there. Yo, Giant! I'm bringing you into the fight. Come on. Come on, little Giant. Waddle after me, come on. Look at that waddle. I can always just hide in the water. You are going to fight Dragon. See, Giants can run. And it's when they start running that you should run away. That's when you should conserve your stamina. I'm going to eat some. I'm going to eat some more cabbage. Get some stamina back. And I'm going to watch Volferol kill that giant. And maybe do a bit of distraction fire too. Oh, I'm pretty sure Volferol's a little too powerful for me. And that giant's not going to do much. See, that's how you use giants. You use them to fight dragons for you. Oh, I think the giant's dead. It's going to take me a lot of arrows to kill this guy. So I'm just going to count. Yeah, it's going to take a long time. I mean, I could just hide behind the rock, but... Wait. No. The rock's geometry is a bit weird. I'm just going to sit here till I either run out of arrows or kill him. One of those two. Could take a while. Clink. Volferol's possibly the easiest dragon because he's just predictable. He basically comes in, flies around, tortures a few people in that citadel, and then just lands here. Oh, it's gonna take a long time to kill him. At least they'll get like archery. He's basically turned into an archery training dummy. Yep. Yeah. Well, gotta go through the water somehow. Unfortunately, what the bike move that came with the race, I removed because I convinced it had it had its custom animations, which were going to be buggy as fuck. Because it relied on the custom skeleton, which wasn't sure I ported 100% off. Because I had to convert it to the compatibility skeleton manually, and to be honest, it's one of my few attempts in Nifscope to actually work. Actually, skeleton edits I've found they have always worked for me. I think I'm going to run out of arrows. I think I'm out of arrows. Do I have a crossbow? I might be able to make use of some of those bolts I picked up. It's like fighting a sentry in TF2 with a milk. It's been babysat by an engineer, and it's one-on-one, so nothing ever happens. Oh no, I twitched around. I must have twitched like. Yeah. Pretty much, unless they're slaughterfish, but they do like minimal damage and I am out of arrows. Well, I do have a crossbow. I think. No, I sold them all. Well, you know what? Save. do something stupid. Catastrophically stupid. As I said, dragon bites do damage and lots of it. Idea. Magic, not very useful. Health! I'm gonna be a chicken god. But, like... I don't think Volthrol's actually that powerful. I think he just has, like, a turtle amount of health. I think he just has, like, a retardantly high amount of health. And, you know, that chicken... That helps him out. I do actually have an attack that works underwater, but it's from the mod I won't use this in a stream. Oh no, dodgy... Oh, dodgy kill animations. Let's try and play the wrong kill animations. It does this sometimes. I don't know what particularly... Oh, unfortunately it means he ain't gonna die. That's the... Back off. Wait, manager. I'll try fight. Oh. He might die. I saw the health twitch slightly, you know, I'm getting this. There we go. Took forever to finish off, but I say, because for some reason underwater combat's blocked in... You can't do it in Skyrim. And there are a few places with slaughterfish, which are more... They do like so little damage that they're basically just a nuisance. You can always lure them to the water's edge and just hit them a few times, so not particularly dangerous. That was only a ridiculously long fight. I used like 100 arrows. The question is, did I get any arrows back? Oh, I even had to fire off the Reekling spears. What? I don't remember firing any of those off. Is that how desperate I've gotten that I'm down to the Reekling spears? They fly like shit, by the way. Let's fire one off. They're not actually particularly useful as a weapon, so let's see. Just watch how it flies. Flies like an Oblivion arrow! It's almost identical to an Oblivion arrow. Yes. I've had an Oblivion. Oh yeah! Smithing book. Lots of rune books. Good if you want. You know, you can use rune books in Legacy of Dragon Ball. You can give them to your Khajiit Explorers guildmate, and she'll turn them into things. She'll turn them into nice books, but I currently have to prepare myself for a fight with a Dwemer who's going to keep bashing me back down the stairs. Because he's an obnoxious turd, is Mazark. Again, immersive creatures. I think part of his training was his Dwemer Spectres. Which is why he's got the really annoying staff. Which means I'm going to be Turdus too. You know, I can be a Oh yeah, gear attack does a lot of damage because it's trained with Dwemer have gears and lots of them. You know, health again. There is a point where I will stop putting it all in health, but for the most part, health is the most useful. And the question is, shall I stick with swords? I prefer, see what I mean? My maces just go for like 75% of armor eventually. And swords just do crit damage, which isn't actually that useful. Yay, Mazark is dead. I managed to get... As you can see. A couple of those. Empty lexicon to his puzzle cube. And that lets you summon a Dwemer. The blank lexicons, I believe, are for building and summon Dwemer Dragon Scrolls. Now, this is where we put the companion cube in. As you can see, it is a companion cube. It's a funny mob from Skyrim where... Now the thing is, you just keep pressing these buttons until they... You know, I originally thought this was like a button puzzle. No, you just keep pressing it till the next one along lights up. You know, it's not actually as difficult. It's not difficult. It's actually quite. And then you press that one to release it. I always thought that was a puzzle originally, and I really struggled. But now I realise it's just tap 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 until that opens. Tap 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 until that opens, and then tap that, and then you get the scroll that we came for, the glowing, luminescent Elder Scroll. Because the Dwemer can read it without making someone go blind. Because the Dwemer are better. Now we can go back to High Hrothgar. And if this is the little tower I thought it was, you know, this little Dwemer tower in the arse end of nowhere. It probably, I think it is the, yeah, it is. Camp outside. Why don't I just get like a sword and stick it through and lift that up? I don't know. I guess the elevator probably wasn't on either. And yeah, as you can see, we've been here before because there's that giant camp. Now we need to go. Oh! I forgot to pick my bloody lexicon back up. Oh, I'm an idiot. I transcribed my companion cube, I just didn't take the companion cube. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I am such a dumbass. Yeah, now I've got the ruined companion cube. I am such a dumbass. And because Septimus is in the arse, and now you get the Tower of Mazart discovered when you pick up the companion cube. I am actually going to fast travel though, because he is in so arse end of nowhere. Much like I'm going to go fast travel to High Hrothgar, because it is just... I don't want to have to go top to bottom of the map again. I mean, this just puts onto the blood collection quest, and to be honest, getting certain ones is more difficult than the others. Mostly just getting from banditos. Maybe they did. Maybe they wanted someone to open that stupid cube. Remember, orcs are elves in Elder Scroll Land. Oh, Hermaeus Mora. Again, this is improved by the Dragonborn DLC, which focuses very much on Hermaeus. And, you know, before he was just like this awful, generic purple blob. And when I say blob, I mean just a magic ball of purple. Rather than this tentacled mess that is actually Hermaeus Mora. And it's had I think it had a generic voice as well. And unfortunately, no, you cannot skip his incredibly slow speech. He's effectively a Daedric library keeper. He's a Daedric librarian, pretty much. That's what Hermaeus Mora is. That's his realm, a big library apocrypha. You know, Daedric Lord of Knowledge. Doing this quest also actually changes dialogue slightly in the Dragonborn DLC when you talk to Hermaeus again. It's actually quite helpful. Anyways. Oh, you don't have to go on. And the tentacles keep clipping through my face. Doesn't really matter what you say because he just blocks your way until you go. Trust me, you can be a servant to every Daedra. There's going to be a point where they're going to have to fight over you when you die. You swear you swear your life to some of them in death. And sorry, but I'm already like helping every other Daedra. What they do is split me into multiple pieces. And because High Hrothgar, as I said earlier, because High Hrothgar is so far away, pretty much top to bottom, it'd be like deliberately going from, say, all the way over here, like Fort Dawnguard, for example. That's about as far east as you can go, all the way to Markov. You know, it's like I think the longest journey. But this is a pretty long journey as well, which is why I'm fast traveling. I can't be asked to climb that mountain again. Especially since I've got to climb, probably have to climb, because you have to climb up to High Hrothgar so many times. It gets really annoying. You know, I'm not going to do it for like fast travel for minor journeys, but I'm going to fast travel for journeys like that because, well, basically I can't be asked to go all the way up around, round the mountain like 5 times to get up here again, because you do end up going to High Hrothgar a lot. I just realised I probably should have got more food. Oh, Arangir, where are you? Cool. To be honest, the Blades are kind of shit. They did let the Emperor die in Oblivion. And they got absolutely wiped out by elves, so... Shut up, Arangir, I want to talk to someone. That's pretty much what he meant. As you can see, when they talk, it doesn't cause the world to shake. No, they only make the world shake when they fart. You still aren't ready. Oh, now I've got to wait for them to waddle into the middle. Seriously, these guys... I think... Yeah, I'm actually fast. Look at them! They're slower than standard walking. That's how slow they are. I'm actually fast. I'm actually gaining... Oh, for love of... I'm not waiting an hour for you to waddle. I'm not waiting for an hour for them to waddle outside. Seriously, this is how you... Because they are slow. And then they... Look at them, they're going to take another hour to waddle over here. Aren't they? Let's face it. See? And they waddle... And like the only people in the world that don't give a shit if you shout at them. It's like the one benefit. And apart from, there's a little thing people don't know with clear skies. If it's raining, shout into the sky and it clears the sky. It's really quite handy clear sky. It's not... It's not actually, it's useless in combat, but, for making Skyrim look pretty and for screenshot purposes, it's actually really handy to have. Because you can basically make it the clearest wherever you can. Yeah. It's no more Pharos than the Frost Troll. let me just put that on quick select. How do I put that on quick? There, now I have clear size. So it's actually a pretty clear day, so I don't actually need to do it. But I'll show you next time it like gets the horrible weather. Like, I mean, to be honest, clear skies would be so useful in Oblivion because it's always foggy in Oblivion. For some reason, Cyrodiil is like the foggiest place on Earth. Don't know why, but it is. Because apparently mist harms you. It doesn't harm the goat, though. Stop the goat. Nothing stops the goats. Would you trust the bridge that's been there for hundreds of years and probably has perished? Oh no, H-Wraith. Dead Ice Wraith. Again, nowhere near as perilous as the bloody Frost Troll. Considering it's like the second quest you'll probably, you know, it's one of the quests you're probably going to undertake early on. And that Frost Troll is, if you try and fight it, it probably will kill you. Because this is quite a powerful enemy to be found early on. Because the Frost stuff tends to be stronger than like normal stuff, the normal variant, like Frost Troll stronger than a hill, you know, a regular troll, for example. Probably because it looks closer to the original troll face. You know, there is a mod that actually puts that on a Frost Troll, by the way, just because, of course, because the immaturity of the internet knows no bounds. Yep, we're nearing the summit. There is actually something at the top of the summit I'll show you. It's actually a vanilla thing. I think it has a unique appearance because of Legacy of the Dragon Ball, but it is actually a vanilla thing. Trying to aim it so you hit all the clouds up. It's like the only time you ever have to use this shout as well. You never. Oh no! Wait, you do have to use it later. You do actually have to use it in the last quest. Both, you know, even vanilla you do. But it remains like pretty pointless otherwise. I think that's all the miss. So I'm gonna see if I can clear this guy up. I'm not sure if this is just vanilla weather for up here. I'm not sure. It's more noticeable at night, especially when it's not a very nice night. As you can see, the goats do not care. And we're almost at the throat of the world now. Just gotta go through one more wall. That buffets you and really hurts you. No. Think, oh shit, that's a dragon. Nah, it's just Parthenax. And yeah, I've made her a female as well. Because who cares, they all sound the same anyway. Now, how you're supposed... This is a vanilla item, by the way, that's up here. You know, this is... You know, it's vanilla placement. I'm not going to talk to your assness yet. Next, look at the gigantic ass. Not quite. It's not Alduin-esque. It's not quite Alduin level. No, that only comes from eating worlds. Just eating like all the humans of the world doesn't really help. Ugh, this is not the easiest thing in the world to climb, by the way. But there is actually something up. Yep, there it is. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. That's not their vanilla. Oh, so that's... I thought it was supposed to like this and... There's supposed to be a pickaxe up here. Oh, or maybe it was supposed to be up here. Oh no, there's a notch pickaxe. That's what's. But no, it doesn't have a unique model. But there's a notch pickaxe, and who knew? There's an item up here. Oh. Why did I auto-equip Dawnfang? I didn't want to. That's an Oblivion artifact, I believe. At this point, Umbra is still better, but I might charge. I prefer the look of Umbra as well. This is actually quite a good resource up here. If you're going light armor, glass remains pretty good for like the most part, and glass stuff is pretty decent. But I think I'll stick with Umbra actually. Don't need to become ethereal to get down here. So I never realised Dawnfang was up there. I just thought it was a pickaxe. As you can see, it's half an axe, missing a horn, blind in one eye. So Alduin, when you meet Alduin, you will say, those traditions don't mean shit. I believe if you're speedrunning Skyrim, you kind of use the time skip thing to make these work. And this is actually one of the more useless shouts, by the way. It's not the useful, like, concentrated blast that Parthenax does. No! It's a useless big fat fireball that's, like, really, really slow. Look. Just... It can, you know, compared damage it does compared to weak ass damage, you know, relatively weak damage compared with like ridiculous cooldown. You know, it's the fact that they can talk in their language without out shouting shit. Again, I think Parthenax may be lonely. Because holy crap does she go on. You know, I guess when you're at the top of the mountain and the only dragon who does not want to kill everything in sight, I guess you probably will get pretty lonely. Here's just a description of what Dragon Run does. It forces dragons to land, and that's about it. asking this question like I haven't already got it. Oh, goddess, you keep going. Trust me, I've got to sit through a long cutscene with Dragon to learn Dragon Run. Now you actually have to stand in this very, in this like snow vortex, and then go read the Elder Scroll, which at least is more thematic than doing it in Oblivion, where it just opened a generic book dialogue with the picture posted over it. Watch, at least you actually open the Elder Scroll and see it for what it is, rather than Oblivion, where you read an Elder Scroll and it looked exactly, and I mean exactly, like a regular book, but with that pattern posted on it.
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored. But I honor your courage. Creep Wolf Hungry. Die now in vain.
There's a reason it blurs everything out, so you can't see that it's actually exactly the same place as you were just in. And I don't even think they're using like this, like clearly steel plate armor looked exactly the same back then, even though like no Nordic ruin ever contains it, and like Nordic armor actually exists, and like it's the same worn Nordic armor. Like they didn't know how to like make it, so it's ancient even at that point. You can see the effect, like, you can look into the blackness of space for a brief period. So. Ugh, this scene goes on forever. Really, I don't see a gigantic ass flying towards me. There it goes. Oh no, it's hidden behind the wall. Okay, I got all the signatures, the comic rain. There goes a gigantic ass. Going from speaking entirely in dragon to speaking in the fractured English dragon that's like normal. The Elder Scroll has vanished, like normal. Because everyone has the bottommost butt pack. Now, why did he use disarm? Luke Credini, I'm pretty sure is disarm. Elder Scrolls are, by the way, invincible. Yeah. World, a moment on the lips and light on the hips. Yeah, that's actually pretty good because of course. Never say world eating wasn't exactly a good thing. Now can I go back to my time? Yep, there goes the Flash, and there goes the Trippy Vortex. And Skyrim! Oh! No! Not through that scene again! Please! No! I don't want to have to sit through that again. I don't think I have the time. Why? Please tell me it's saved when coming back. Please. I don't want to have to sit through. If I have to sit through that again, I'm actually getting up and going to get a drink. Because, no! That's it. I'm actually just I'm gonna set the Elder Scroll going, and then I'm actually gonna leave the camera pointed at inside where Elder will be roughly, and I'm just gonna go get a drink because, well, you cannot wait in this look. There, I'm gonna stick the camera there, and now I'm gonna go get a drink. Be back in a moment. Oh, it's still going. good timing on a phone call, like. This is nearly over. Can't even quick save here. The thing is, normally map transitions auto-save, but because it's not a door, I don't think it does. I think. Oh, here goes the Elder Scroll chat. This is still going. You know, how the Elder Scroll found its way into the bloody Dwarven ruins, I don't know. Because I think the dwarves are... I'm not sure if the dwarves are already gone at this point. And... Can we... Please work. Please work. Please work. Yay! And now I thought didn't make it to the autos. Hey, that's. I think your ass is. Oh yes, this is where you got to actually use Dragon Run. And miss. No, I actually did hit. Normally I missed spectacularly the first time. Oh god, this could take a while. One good thing is it always stuns them. Oh. I have an overpowered weapon. Okay, I'm gonna eat... I don't have any chicken left, that's the problem. More meat that'll do. Dog meat! Eat meat! Eat meat! Meat restores health! Vegetables restore stamina. Wait, no. Fruit No, cabbage isn't a fruit. And by having a constant regen, I can always use power attacks and always do this cheapo combo. Quick slash smash. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot to reapply that. It only works while it's applied. This insane health regen works so well. I'm going to back off, save mid-battle just in case. Oh, I think Parthenax is killing me. Delicious raw meat. I'm a sharkling, I can eat raw meat. And the free apply lasts longer. Parthenax just sits there killing... Oh, Shout's locked up. Hate when that happens. I think Alduin's locked up too. Yeah, Alduin's locked up too. Oh look, Parthenax does so much more damage when she bites. Breath is so weak. Especially since I think like they have like 50% magic reverse. At least Alduin broke. Oh, that only took forever. Why would you want to talk to Esbern? That's just like deliberately going as far away as possible. Or you could just talk to Parthenax. Really? You landed dead just... You tease me. Really? You just don't want to talk now, do you? Basically, no one comes because all the emperors are dead. There we go, and that buff's like one shout. Ethereal. Oh yeah, here, actually I'll demonstrate clear skies while I'm here. I'm not sure if it works on top of this mountain though. And it just take repeated applications too. No, just to get rid of the snow. As you can see, if I puff it again. And you can see it makes this night dot. Red sky at night. I'm not sure of how many times it works up here. I'm not sure it's like always permanently overcast and cloudy up here. I think it always is. Well, look at... Now, this is the point where you can either do the Civil War or go through the negotiations, and to be honest, both are equally tedious, so... At this point, both are equally tedious, so... Wait, it would actually help if I pointed my ass towards... Yep, there, I am actually pointing my ass towards... There's Whiterun. I think. I'm going to need more health before I belly flop off of that. Weeps! Oh, that's a sickening drop. Oh, that... It wore off just before I landed. That was close. That was close. Whee! Oh. That's why you want the free word. It basically extends the duration of this. You want to find a nice long distance to fall off. Like this. And then you can just run down the mountain. Oh, I wasn't gonna make the landing. That would have been disastrous. Well, I think one last jump will do it. Actually, I'm not convinced I need it for this bit. Whee! I definitely don't think you're supposed to jump down mountains like that. But it's like the only, you know, because Ethereal has the runaway factor and the jump off mountains factor. Yep, I've landed. You can see the salmon jumping upstream. Apparently wheat is very expensive. You know, considering a house costs you 5,000, you know, living costs must be extreme in Scotland. Or houses are dirt cheap, one of the two. I think I will stop when I get into Whiterun. The question is, I actually do have enough house to buy. I will buy Breeze Home. I'll go to the I'll buy Breeze Home and save in Breeze Home. The guards are going to come annoy me now. I've shouted the guards will annoy me. Basically, the main quest forces you into most of the other major quest lines. To be honest, the little giant attack outside Whiterun is pretty much guaranteed to trigger you to get to join the companions message. Unless you really try your best to ignore it. But finding Esbern pretty much actually forces you to join a Thieves Guild if you want any information out of Brynjolf. You know, this one makes you join a Civil War. You know, finding Septimus makes you go through the Mage Guild because you've got to get into it to go it, but it does give you an easy way in. This quest makes you pretty much join a Civil War. I don't want to pick a side, but I will if I have. I haven't made that choice yet which one I want to go with. To be honest, I haven't even been Windhelm yet. The thing is, I do have the Civil War cleanup bat file, which basically makes it so all damage done by the Civil War on the city, specifically Whiterun, because that takes the most damage. Solitude and or Windhelm takes a lot of or Windhelm takes a lot of damage as well. But the best thing to do is to it cleans up the damage and makes, because you would have to over time, you would repair and rebuild. You wouldn't just leave it in a state of disrepair. Yes, Lydia. Everyone's probably a first ever companion. Yes, I'll take it. I'd like to decorate my home. Alchemy lab. I don't want a kid's bedroom. The kiddie's bedroom replaces the alchemy lab. Oh, don't. Oh, the alchemy lab is broke. To be honest, it's an alchemy lab. I'll buy the kiddie's bedroom instead. He's not even taking my money. For some reason, Dawnguard broke that. Why, I don't know, because Dawnguard doesn't even edit Breeze Home. But then again, Dawnguard is a messy fucker of a mod. Might as well ask Bolden while I'm here. Yep, there we go. There's to go join a civil. Yeah, this quest is ridiculous amount of legwork you've got to do. Because you basically got to go to both Solitude, you got to go basically to High Hrothgar. So you got to go from High Hrothgar to Whiterun. That's fine. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty much no backs. Then you got to go all the way back up to fucking High Hrothgar. Then you've got to go to Solitude and Windhelm. Basically two opposite sides of the map. Then you gotta go back up to High Hrothgar. And then you gotta go back to Whiterun. It is a ridiculously long quest. You know, it's a lot of legwork. And because the Civil War quests tend to be segmented. And yeah, Windhelm is like miles away from everywhere, but you know, it's not like going back, it's not High Hrothgar, which is possibly the most remote location in Skyrim. Short of a few like bandit and Forsworn camps. Because a few of the bandit and Forsworn camps are really out of arse end of nowhere. And you'll see what a fully furnished breeze home looks like. Everyone's first experience of house, pretty much. This is Lydia's room. I believe the unofficial patch makes it so she doesn't just creepily sit on this chair, watching you in your sleep. Because she does otherwise. 10 hours should do it. Anytime then I can save up, and then it's done. And then I have lunch, because I haven't eaten anything today except one brioche roll. I'll get into the light first so you can see my cute little sharp face. Well, we came a long way. We've actually got an Elder Scroll, which will never see use again. That's what the Dragonborn Gallery is for, you stick it in there. On display in the middle of the room where anyone could pluck it out. Considering that kept at the very top of the Imperial Tower in the Imperial City normally, and under lock and key with like hundreds of guards, and like the moth priests. Nah, I did save twice, didn't I? I always save twice, just in case one save fails. You know, it's an archaic thing, the double save, but that's the end of Skyrim anyway. And that is the end of the oh wait, no, still got a few more things to say. Next stream will be probably in the week. Might be it might be earlier, but most likely it's the week beginning August the 14th. Most likely in that week. There might be one in the next other weeks, but you know, it's unlikely. There's a reason I did all those horrible pre-record summer videos, which are all done, by the way. I'm not finished with those. This quest, nothing. Actually, it's from this quest. It's from the, well, it's a temporary truce in Civil War, but that's nothing. Then it leads on to the Trapping a Dragon quest, which results in getting her as a summon. Again, made a female. But, you know, you eventually get her as a summon, which is a powerful summon, because, summoning a dragon to rain down aerial, basically an airstrike. And she lingers around until everything near you is dead as well. She's actually quite handy. It's handy to have if you're facing impossible odds, to have a bit of air support. But you don't get to utilise that until you've actually killed off Alduin in Sovngarde, so... And I'm not quite sure... Well, I know there's some loot I can find in Sovngarde that's like Dragonborn Gallery related, I'm sure. So, there's all that, but unfortunately, it's the end of the stream for probably a few weeks. So I can't guarantee I'll be able to make anything in the next few weeks. Which is why I did all those horrible summer pre-record videos, which were all done. and almost drove me to insanity. But they're finally... Well, okay, the last one hasn't been uploaded yet, but it's done, it's saved. So, that's the end of the stream. Good. Bye.